did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
They will get away from that one, and they're going to have tremendous field position. This ball hits and goes out of bounds. The Chiefs offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They'll start from their own 4. Not a lot of room for error back here. It's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Pacheco. And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. Taking a shot for Smith-Schuster. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him. And will bring up 3rd down. Smith-Schuster, the man in motion. 3rd and short. Here's Patrick. And that is incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th.
And that pressure too great. He's going to be sacked in the end zone. And that is a safety. Well, that's certainly a way to break a 0-0 ball game. A safety, 1st points on the board, and the lead is now the bizarre score of 2-0.
Well, Mike, I don't think anybody had that on their bingo card. I mean, for a safety to be the first.
Now, on the return, he has lost the football. Special teams comes through again. We don't talk about it nearly enough, but sometimes the biggest plays of the game happen, like that one, the kickoff return, fumble, recovered, and momentum swings again.
Everybody loves to see a big return, Mike, but the priority of any kick return unit, just give your offense a chance to possess the ball. And in this case, they don't do that. They turn the ball over, and now they find themselves back out there on defense.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. Into the hands of Juju. Now they are in business. Inside the 15-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Travis Kelce, the intended target. It's 2nd down.
You can just see the reaction on the sideline. This defense thought they had themselves a critical stop. The mantra down here for all defensive coordinators, Mike, is takeaways, field goals. That's what you're trying to do, and man, they were this close to coming away with a huge takeaway. That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
So, after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. Mahomes now to throw again. He's got his tight end. That's Travis Kelce. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down?
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down. And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more. We'll try again here, 2nd and 10. They'll go again here with Henry. And once again, they try the same runner. They get the same result. Back-to-back carries of no gain. Now it's 3rd down.
Clearly the plan on offense was to establish the run a little bit on this drive, Mike, but the defense is having none of it. 1st and 2nd down stop, no gain. Now it brings up a 3rd and long. We'll see if they try something else.
Through 1 in this rematch of the AFC title game. It's the Ravens. Ravens sending the punt team out there, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. They trail by 2, and we'll start this drive with 1st and 10. Mahomes. That's to the right side and incomplete.
Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced. And other times, it looks like they've never practiced at all.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. And this will not be a spike. He faked it. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. And now he's not spiking it. It's a fake. This is caught. And he's going to get into the end zone. The fake spike works for a touchdown.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
Harrison Butker now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Chiefs will up the lead to 5. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Hardy now with the return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Ravens offense getting their final instruction before heading back onto the field. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here, and they'll begin it with 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
He's going to tuck it and go.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
Jackson from the gun on 3rd down. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a second.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
This returnable from inside is on 40. And it's a good return here, able to take it across the 50, set up the offense with a short field. The Chiefs offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll have a short field, looking to build on the lead. Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on first down. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, and it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction. An incompletion there isn't ideal by any means, Mike, but I think that's one of those passes where he made sure that ball was either going to end up in his guy's hands or out of bounds.
And this ball incomplete on third down.
Not exactly the type of drive to write home about, Mike. 3 passes, 3 incompletions, no yards gained. And I really can't blame any of these fans who have continued to voice their frustration, especially after that last series of play calls.
That's complete. Who else? It's Kelsey. A gain of 21 as they get the conversion on fourth down.
Love the idea of going for it on fourth down. Anytime you're on your opponent's side of the field, Mike, you have to take advantage of that field position. You're too long for a field goal, but you're too close to the end zone to punt it. So going for it on fourth down is definitely the right move. Now you've got to take advantage of it and don't let it go to waste.
A throw left side, but it's incomplete.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page. Let's call it for what it is, Mike. I mean, right now, this team is winning in spite of him. Certainly not because of him. And what's really concerning is that's the most important position on the team. And if they are able to hold on and they do pull this game out, it could wind up being one of the most poor performances we've ever seen in a winning effort that I can recall in a long time.
And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, that on third down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball. They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
They'll try it again from the 2. Second and goal. To the air once more. It's Mahomes. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Goes without saying, Mike, you have to be smart with the ball, especially down here in the red zone. You're already in scoring position. I understand they're trying to come away with a touchdown, but at the very least, come away with 3. Worst case scenario is you turn the ball over and you come away with nothing.
Third and goal. Mahomes. That is caught side of the end zone. Juju Smith-Schuster. Touchdown, KC. That his second touchdown tonight. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Hardy now with the return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
On play action, here's Jackson. To the tight end, Likely. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points. But after that 3rd down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
That's taken at about the 14. And he'll get something there on the return, able to take this back to the 20-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. To throw is Mahomes. And that is brought in. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode. And that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
Good pickup of 16 on that screenplay and a 1st down. Mahomes back. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. It's actually the easiest down in football to operate in. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down? So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw. But think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
Again, working deep downfield. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up 4th down. Now Mahomes. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for it on 4th and long will end up in a turnover on down. On 1st and 10, Jackson. A pass pulled in by Henry. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
Oh, in trouble. Down he goes. Now a timeout here by Baltimore. It's going to be their 2nd. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this 2nd quarter. 3rd and long for Jackson. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. Looks like one of the Ravens was able to fall on it. Yes, indeed they did. So Baltimore will keep possession.
These are the opportunities that just kill defensive coordinators. You got the ball loose. You did everything you want. But now you got to recover it. You need better pursuit to the ball, more bodies around the ball carrier. Because when that ball pops out, you've got to be on it. These opportunities don't come around often, and when they do, you got to seize the moment.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So we've reached halftime here in this AFC Championship game rematch. And instead, why don't we get right back to it as we'll get ready for the 3rd quarter. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Justice Hill to return. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. Aguilar goes off in motion. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. 2nd and a yard. From the gun, Jackson. He runs with it. And he will slide down with the 1st down for the moment, but there is a penalty flag on the play. Jackson. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. No motion over Flowers. Jackson now on 2nd down. He'll get this out to his running back. And he's not going to get away. They'll knock him back to his own territory. They get him on the other side of midfield.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped. And that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
He'll try and get there on the ground. He got a lot of what he needed, but just not enough. The mark is a couple of yards shy of the 1st down. Here comes 4th down.
And that's a pretty good effort here on 3rd and long. He had nowhere to go down the field. The defense is playing real soft. He pulls it down and did all he could, but he's still going to end up being short of the 1st down.
Here's Lamar. He'll keep it on the zone read. Oh, he's going to be very close. It depends on the mark. But he is short. They've held him on 4th down.
4th down, you want to make sure you give your quarterback the option to keep the ball in his hands. And that's exactly what they decided to do. And the defense was ready. They played assignment football. Everyone did their job. And they come up with a huge 4th down stop.
Smith-Schuster, the man in motion. This one, a deep shot for Rice.
I'm not sure if it's this big lead or if it's just this 2nd half pressure getting to him, but that's just a careless throw by the quarterback. And don't let this lead fool you. Throws like that can change this game in an instant. And this defense knows they gave him one and they let him off the hook.
Travis Kelce, the intended target. And it'll be 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And he is out of bounds all the way down at the 35-yard line.
Another great throw, and that's been the story as you check out these numbers. I mean, he has done everything this team has asked of him and more.
Right back to the air from Mahomes. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion. Mahomes going to throw here on third down. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. Here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for it on fourth and long will end up in a turnover on down. No motion over Flowers. Play action now.